In a world rendered in the finest digital detail, every speck of dust tells a story. Here lived Cinderella. Her life wasn't measured in gold or silk, but in the gentle kindness she shared with those who had nothing. While the world outside moved in a hurried blur, she found magic in the rhythm of her broom and the whispers of her tiny forest friends. Her stepsisters saw only a servant in rags, but the universe saw a spirit that no amount of ash could ever dim. For Cinderella knew a secret. A brave heart is the only compass you truly need to navigate the darkest of nights. But even the brightest light must face the storm. When the royal invitation arrived, the shadows of jealousy grew tall. Her stepmother, with a heart as cold as a frozen landscape, sought to extinguish Cinderella's hope. With a brutal tear, the invitation was shattered, its fragments falling like slow-motion snow. As the beautiful gown lay in ruins and the carriage departed without her, the silence in the kitchen felt heavier than stone. It was a moment of absolute stillness, where it seemed cruelty had won. But remember, it is in the deepest silence that magic begins to stir. Suddenly the atmosphere shifted. With a burst of light that would make the stars blush, the impossible became reality. A simple pumpkin began to breathe, its vines weaving into wheels of polished gold. Cinderella was transformed into a vision of ethereal royalty. Cinderella wore a gown crafted from 12 layers of gossamer thin, iridescent silk organza, shifting through shades of cerulean, lavender, and aquamarine. Adorned with 10,000 Swarovski crystals, she shimmered like a captured galaxy. On her feet, slippers of pure glass, fragile yet unbreakable, adorned with 10,000 Swarovski crystals, she shimmered like a captured galaxy. Cinderella slipped on a sparkling crystal slipper, its shine glowing beautifully in the moonlight. "Remember," the magic whispered, "this enchantment has a deadline. But what happens before midnight? That is up to you." The palace was buzzing with people, but the prince only had eyes for Cinderella, glowing in the soft blue light. For a few breathtaking hours, Prince and Cinderella danced with destiny, her laughter echoing through the halls of power. It was a romance written in the stars. But time is a relentless thief. As the first stroke of midnight rang out like a thunderclap, Cinderella fled. Each step on the cold marble was a race against the fading spell. She left behind a trail of wonder and a single, solitary slipper of crystal promise, gleaming under the moonlight. The magic faded, but the fire in her heart remained. True magic doesn't need a carriage to survive. When the prince finally arrived at her humble cottage, he wasn't looking for a princess in gold. He was looking for the soul that fit the shoe. As the glass slipper slid onto Cinderella's foot with a perfect, crystalline click, the world shifted once more. The ashes fell away, revealing the royalty that had been there all along. You don't need to cut away pieces of yourself to fit into someone else's world. You just need to be brave enough to stand in your own light. Kindness is the light that survives the midnight, and courage is the strength to wait for the morning. If this journey from the shadows to the stars touched your heart, make sure to subscribe to YouTube for more 4K animated storytelling. Hit that like button to spread the magic and tell us in the comments, what dream are you chasing today? Let's keep the magic alive together.